Pastor Sherman D.Manning, Yes We Can Worship Center. We house the homeless and feed the hungry. January 22nd, 2021. It's approximately 7:48 a.m. I was just speaking with Brian, whom we've tried to help on several occasions. And I saw some of your comments. People were saying, sounds like he's being a bit demanding and all of that. Let me say to you, I've been in this line of work for a number of years now, and that's pretty typical. There's something about people sometimes when, first of all, people who are not homeless can be demanding also. So let's get that part straight. People who have money can be demanding. People who are rich can be demanding. So it's not exclusive to poor people. But it is odd at times when someone is homeless and they're making demands about where they will and won't live, and basically saying, I'd rather live on the streets than live here or there. So if you saw the interview, yes, I did notice. Basically, he's saying he would rather be homeless than in a shelter, because shelters have fights and people steal. Although people steal on the streets also, and they have fights. And not every shelter is like the other shelter. And you saw I was telling him that he could not have that property, take that cart. And he's being demanding about that. That's his bedding, and he needs it. Well, once I get your housing, you won't need bedding. They'll have bedding. And they're not going to let you bring those things in because of the potential for bed bugs. So it's problematic. It's hard to deal with sometimes, but it comes with the territory. I brought him breakfast, and then I'm going to get back and see what's going on with the van. And then after that, we're going to get to South Central and do what we do. So everybody keep the faith. This is Brian. He's a good guy. But there's your issue. Okay, that's some breakfast for you. All right? I'll call you later here. Okay, very good. All right, so God is good. We just thank God that we're able to be used in any way that we can be used. But yes, if you want to know if it is frustrating at times, it is extremely frustrating when someone is telling you, I can't just let my stuff go. And if you're on the outside looking in, sometimes it appears that the stuff is just garbage. But when you're living on the streets, sometimes the stuff that we think is garbage means everything to you. So it's difficult. There's some psychological challenges involved, and it's just a lot of work. And you see why many people don't get involved with this kind of work, because most people would think that if I am homeless and I'm sleeping outside in the cold, give me a bed. Give me a bed. I'm willing to do pretty much anything it takes to get my behind off the streets. And they'll say all of that in the beginning. But once it looks like you're about to get them housing, that's when they start coming up with these conditions. I'll go, but I'm not letting go of my stuff. I'll go, but I'm not going to. Did you hear what he was saying? I mean, go back and listen to the video this morning. Basically, he had a problem with the fact that I told him if I were able to get him into Miss Hazel's house or one of those other houses, if I had been able to get him into one of those houses, the first thing they do is search your property. It's protocol. Secondly, they take all of your clothing and they run it through a special cleaning machine, and they give you something to wear while your clothing are being washed. Who would have a problem with that? I mean, who, you would probably say in their right mind, would have a problem with that? And I'm going to tell you, most of them. And then there's a little bit of self-consciousness there, like, hey, I'm one of the clean homeless guys, and if I had a nickel for every homeless person who told me how clean they were, I'd be a wealthy man. And he might be clean, ladies and gentlemen. This is not condescending. I'm simply breaking down to you the work that we do and how it can be challenging and problematic at times. Many of them say that they're clean, and some of them are actually clean. And as I said to him, there are people who are not homeless, who are also not clean. So it's neither here nor there. But I was trying to get him to understand that when you have been sleeping on the streets, before a person will allow you into their house, they have to assume the worst, which is you might have bed bugs, you might have roaches in your property, in your belongings, you might have ants, you might have anything. So to protect everyone who's there, they have this protocol. And he had a problem with that. Catalina was there. She's a lot more patient than I am. And I thank God for her. But hey, we get the work done as best we can. Pray for Brian, pray for Yes We Can Worship Center. Pray for the work that God is doing through us Thanks to all of our supporters. I love you very much with the love of God. Keep the faith. Yes, we can.